host of the Gridiron.
Fourth and goal to go with the 2. 34 seconds left to go in the ball game. This is the play right now. Takes the snap. Targeted goes in. Targeted all alone. And the quarterback keeps. Wow, what a call. Nobody touched him.
So, which leads me to my next point here, right? The Giants have been spending a lot of time with Jaxson Dart. Now, quite possibly, this another one of those wild cards you just don't know about, right? How far in the first round will he go? Will he make it to the second round? Don't know about that. There's a lot of teams have been spending some time with Mr. Dart. The Giants are certainly been one of them, spend a lot of time with him. Okay. Now, is he somebody the Giants might want to, and I also saw Jalen Milroe, too, being talked about. Dan Orlovsky was talking about him, thinking Milroe going to the Giants would be almost perfect, right? He said something like, Dan Orlovsky said, like, the season is kind of like almost over with. I mean, the Giants, whatever, after 10, 12 games or so, after 12 games, they were 4-8 or something like that. It's not looking good, Those last 5, 6 games or whatever it is, you just put Milroe out there and just let him, all right? Let him go to town. He's got some stuff to work on and learn and everything like that. But, Milroe might be somebody there the Giants can take in the second round as well. But Giants have been spending a lot of time here with Mr. Dart. NFL draft rumors. New York Giants among teams Jaxson Dart has spent the most time with. Where Dart will land is one of the draft's biggest mysteries. Absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, that's what you love about it. If everything was just, written in conch or stone or whatever you want to call it, it'd get kind of boring. You don't know who's somebody going to jump back into the first round and grab Dart. Will Dart make it past like the Steelers, right? You don't know. I mean, will he land in the top 10? Crazier things that happen. You don't know, right? Especially one of these teams that need a quarterback. Giants are one of the 4 teams Ole Miss quarterback Jaxson Dart has spent the most time with leading into the NFL draft, per NFL insider Ian Rapoport. The other per Rapoport are the Browns, who have picks 2 and 33. The Saints, who have pick number 9. That's the thing. With Dart making it out of the top 10 even. He may not. And the Steelers are at pick 21. Now, the Giants could couple up like their second round pick and the third round pick or so. Maybe it might have to something, maybe. But they can jump in front of the Steelers at number 20 and pluck them. Because they got 2 third round picks, don't forget. So they could trade back into the first round, have Dart for 5 seasons, give up a third round pick, and they'd still have a third round pick. Right? So, and they would have Dart for 5 seasons. So if he's going to be the quarterback of the future, they would have him under contract for 5 seasons. I mean, the 5th year would be his 5th year option where he would be really cheap. And that's where you can really start building around him. Right? And then the Giants, who, of course, have picks 3 and 34. Dart visited with the Steelers past Friday with Rapoport saying that will be his last visit. That, of course, will mean that Dart has almost certainly already visited with the Giants in East Rutherford. If you're the Giants and you view him as a first-round quarterback, you take him at 3. Oh, my God. Wow. Ooh. Wow. Man. Oh, that would be, wow. They took him at number 3. Wow. Holy cow. But there's no guarantee you're going to get him in the back half of the first round if you trade back in, Rapoport says. All right. I can attest to the trickiness of that. In the SB Nation Writers mock draft, I selected Travis Hunter at number 3 with the hope of trading back into round 1 for Dart, finding a trade that is late enough that I don't need to include a 2026 first-round pick, and also crossing my fingers that Dart is still on the board wherever I can work out a trade are nerve-wracking. Paying attention to a draft prospect doesn't mean a team will select him, even if the opportunity is there. Remember a year ago when quarterback J.J. McCarthy said he spent more time with the Giants than any other team. Giants, of course, passed on the chance to select the former Michigan quarterback. With the Saints among the teams spending a lot of time with him, it is worth wondering if Dart could rise into the top 10. Dan Orlovsky is certainly on that bandwagon. I'm a Jaxson Dart guy. I don't think he makes out of the top 10. Obviously, Orlovsky said on the Pat McAfee show. He sees it well and he can throw it. I think he's going to be an awesome pro. So, all right. Giants whispers and meetings hint at drafting fast-rising quarterback. NFL Network's Ian Rapoport said the Giants are one of the 4 teams who have spent the most time with Dart. Giants sent more than a dozen representatives to the Colorado NFL Showcase, which was conducted primarily to show off the right arm of Shedeur Sanders. It appears as though the Giants were there more to see and talk to wide receiver defensive back Travis Hunter, who also happened to win the Heisman Trophy. According to NFL Ian Rapoport, the Giants have their eye on another quarterback far outside of their third pick. There are meetings, there are hints, there are all over Ole Miss quarterback Jaxson Dart. Steelers, Saints, and Browns join him as having shown the most interest in Dart. Dart is clearly not going to be selected with the second or third pick by the Browns or the Giants, but he should be around when the Saints pick at 9, although that also seems a bit early. Pittsburgh at 21, as with the Giants, might think if he's still there at number 20, might think about going from number 34 and jumping up and back into the first round at number 20. Pittsburgh at 21 seems like a more practical landing spot for Dart. Should the Rebel fall to the second round, the Giants should take him with their second round pick. Well, the Browns might take him with their second round pick because they got the first pick in the second round. So if he gets to the Browns at pick number 33, he could be gone. And the Giants may not be able to trade with him, right? Can't pick the phone up and call, hey Browns, can we trade? I mean, they may not want to talk because they know they might be taking Dart. So he would be great to pair with Travis Hunter, who they should take with their first round pick. Well, Hunter may not be there. Dart shot up the draft board since the combine. He was viewed as a third or fourth round selection, but now has been mentioned as high as a late first round selection. We could see the Steelers taking him at 21 as opposed to waiting to see if he is available in the second round. Steelers also might look to trade up a few spots to grab him in the first round, depending on the status of the quarterback position. Yep. The Giants, who already have Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston in the fold as vet newcomers, believe that is going to happen. They will have to use some assets to trade back into the first round and overspend a little to get them in. Well, I mean, that's one of the things, because you figure like with the Steelers, right? Are they just going to wait and wait and wait? We need a quarterback. They're just going to sit there and wait and wait and wait. He'll fall to us. And that may not happen. All it takes is one team. And because you got the Giants and the Browns, very early second round picks, they can jump back into the first round. Right? Give up a little draft capital. Now they have the quarterback of the future. So, I mean, if you're the Steelers, it might behoove the Steelers to move up a few spots, right? Give up their first round pick and go up a few spots and trade a third round pick, whatever, move up 3-4 spots or something like that, and take Dart while he's on the board, right? So, could be interesting. Dart's certainly one of those wild cards. Without question. You don't know. Same thing like with Milroe, right? Will Milroe go in the second round? Right? Will he make it to the third round? That's the thing you just love about, you love about this draft. There's always, a lot more questions than answers, right? And the big thing, obviously, last season, right, was all those quarterbacks. Oh my God, there were so many of them, and they were going like wildfire, right? But you can say what you want. I know the Giants missed on maybe picking getting a quarterback or whatever, but we got ourselves a wide receiver. I know you got to have a quarterback. We ain't going nowhere without a quarterback. I get it. But we got ourselves a wide receiver. Right. And and if Hunter falls to us at 3, I mean, we'd have, imagine those two imagine Hunter and Malik on the field at the same time. Or, get him like whatever, 20, 30 snaps on offense. Hunter, put him on defense. Maybe, if you need like a nickel, a dime coverage, right? You want to get like whatever, 4, six defensive backs out there. There's Hunter, right? If Banks starts really stinking up the joint, right? You don't know. Or if somebody gets hurt, Hunter is now your cornerback, right? So, I mean, it's just tough. But, like I said, one thing it's almost a certainty is that one of those 2 blue chippers will be there for the Giants. And I think the Giants should just swoop in and pick them up, whoever it is. If it's Hunter or Carter, right? The Giants need playmakers. They need more playmakers. Obviously, of course, we need a quarterback. I got that. But we have quarterbacks this season. So if we don't get one, it's not the end of the world, right? We need more playmakers. And Carter and Hunter are playmakers. They can be difference makers, too.